Welcome to my hip mobility flow. We're going to start things off by getting into a child's pose, sitting the bum back down onto the heels, arms reaching straight out in front of you, and then you're just going to rock side to side. We're going to do this 5 times on each side, dropping the armpit down as low as possible on either side, feeling that nice big stretch all the way through the lats and the side of the body. Then you're going to come up into a press-up position before dropping your hips straight down to the ground for a Sphinx pose. Arms as straight as you can. Try and imagine looking up over your head as if you were looking back behind you. Then we're going to push the nose straight back to the heels in a downward dog. Push your head through your shoulders as if your nose was about to touch your toes. Heels are pressed down into the floor, and ideally you feel this stretch all the way down the back of your hamstrings, calf, and ankles as well. We're going to go there and back 5 times from downward dog into a Sphinx pose before transitioning into a low lunge. Rest your back knee down, pop your hand on top of your knee. I'm stepping forward with my right leg, and then you're going to push yourself into a forced rotation. Imagine looking over the top shoulder as if you were looking back behind you. 5 twists here before lifting that back knee off the ground and then rocking gently forwards and backwards in a low lunge rock. Keep the weight in the front foot here. Keep the belly button pressed down towards the floor and keep your hips nice and low. Then you're going to move your front foot in between your hands. Keeping your chest down on top of your knee, you're going to push forward before rocking back, ideally sitting as far back as possible. Try to aim to get your bum to touch your heel at the back. You should feel a deep stretch in the hamstring of the front leg, and then you're going to push forward, chest on top of the leg here, putting as much weight as you can over your toes. 5 reps on each side will do the trick, and then we're going to move on to the same thing on the other side. Step up with your other leg, this time in that low lunge position, focused with your back knee on the ground. You're going to jump into those forced rotations, pressing the weight through your knee with your left hand on top of your left knee. Imagine looking back round over your shoulder, and then we're going to jump straight in to those low lunge rocks. Okay, so performing this on the left side with your left leg forward, you're going to then rock forwards and backwards, just 5 small rocks. You don't need to go very large here with the movement at all. Just keep things nice and easy. Then we're going to position our left leg in front of the body again, leaning into that leg. I cannot stress how important it is to really feel the pressure of your chest down on top of your leg. There should be no space from your leg to your chest. This weight will help you push deeper into the stretch as you come forward. And then as you rock back, imagine trying to reach your head down to your knee. Ideally, you get your front leg as straight as possible. I feel very, very tight in this position, so my leg remains bent. Then we're going to sit down. We're going to move into our 90-90 position. Right leg forward, 90 degrees at both knees. Reach as far as you can with the left hand, and then put both hands on the soles of the feet, and imagine looking over your left shoulder behind you. Reaching forward with the left hand, and then looking back over the left shoulder. We're going to do this one 5 times. If you feel more confident as you get further through this stretch, you can push harder on the soles of your feet to intensify the stretch a little bit and really get that extra range of motion. 5 reps here will do, and then we're going to reset on the other side. I cannot stress as well how important it is to start the 90-90 in the right position. You can see that my back leg there isn't tucked behind my hip. It's 90 degrees, just like my front knee. This time, reaching forward with the right hand, pressing on the soles of the feet, looking over the back of the right shoulder. 5 reps here. Really try and push harder on the feet each and every time you twist back. Challenge yourself, try and find new ranges of motion, and really make every single rep count. On the lean forward as well, I'm having my left arm out to the side for some support, but if you're advanced, you can take the hand away and reach forward with both hands. Okay, getting into the next position here, we're going to sit with that left leg straight out in front of us, right foot straight on the inside of the thigh, and then lean as far forward as possible with that left hand, the back of that left hand on the inside of that leg. The reason that hand is there is to try and push so your shoulders end up stacked on top of each other. And then you're going to almost like push and pull with that top hand as if you were aiming to touch your toes. Then take that right hand on the outside of your ankle and push round in a 5-second rotation here. Just hold and breathe in this position for 5 seconds. Grab your actual ankle or shin, and now you're trying to aim your nose straight down the middle of your shin, also holding for 5 seconds. And then you can finish by taking that hand back to the inside of your shin, pushing in that rotation, and it helps me to have my hand hanging over the top to just get a little bit deeper into that stretch. Hold here for 5 seconds, and now we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Right leg fully extended out, left leg now in to the side of the groin. Start with that hand on the inside of your shin, push the back of the hand hard against the shin to try and stack your shoulders on top of each other. We're going to go for that row and stretch motion every time, reaching as far forward as you can towards that toe, as if your top hand was going to reach over your head and touch your toes. Now we're coming in with the left hand on the outside of the ankle, forcing that rotation round as if you're looking over your right shoulder, holding for 5 seconds. Then you're going to move into the middle, grab your shin or your ankle, nose right down the middle of your shin, as if you were trying to kiss your kneecaps, also holding for 5 seconds. And then we're going to finish once again with that internal rotation. Back of the hand, knuckles along the inside of the ankle there, hand over the top, getting as close as you can towards that right foot as possible. 5-second hold to finish off this stretch, and that is all the sitting work done. Now we're going to continue this mobility routine in a low lunge position. Start off by bringing your left foot forward with your knee directly over your ankle. Then we're going to lean as far forward into the toes as possible. You're going to take your right hand on the outside of your knee, and again, force a 5-second rotation here, pushing hard on your knee to try and look over your left shoulder. All right, then we're going to move both hands on the inside of the foot. Left hand is down, left leg is forward, and you're going to open up your shoulders by, again, pushing the back of your tricep against your knee, trying to stack your wrists and arms completely straight on top of one another. Coming back, we're going to switch sides, do the same thing. Bring your right leg forward now in a right low lunge, leaning as far forward into those toes as you possibly can. You can see my hand is on the outside of my knee now, reaching across with the left arm, trying to look over my right shoulder as far as possible, get a full spinal rotation, and then I'm going to take that right hand inside of my right leg. Make sure my tricep is in contact with my knee for support and balance, and then push as hard as I can whilst trying to stack my arms completely straight on top of one another. Open my back, open my hips. If you get this right, I think there is honestly no other stretch like it. And that is one round of the mobility sequence. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next one.